and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to have a little sit down chat with you and talk about wisdom teeth. Now I got my wisdom teeth removed, surgically removed 5 days ago. As you can tell, I sound perfectly fine, well, as good as can be after 5 days. I've got no swelling and I've got no bruising. So I'm going to talk you through what I did to prepare for my operation, because I actually got put under anesthetic because of how my wisdom teeth were in my mouth. They couldn't take them out in the chair. And yeah, I'm going to let you know what I did to prepare for my surgery, and hopefully some of these tips might help you to reduce your swelling or your bruising, or if you've just got questions in general that maybe you're dreading it, because I've put this off for 12 years it's been. So 12 years ago I got told that I had to get my wisdom teeth removed. It was just before my braces went on actually, and I've got a fear of veins. Sounds weird. So I was freaking out about the drip. I didn't want the drip. That was my biggest concern. The operation didn't really worry me as much, but it was the drip. I didn't want the drip. Don't care about needles, don't care about blood, but veins, I've got a phobia of. Don't know why, don't know how to explain it, but that is just me. So put it off for 12 years and here I am today, perfectly fine. Should have done it 12 years ago. But I'm going to talk you through the process of my experience with the whole surgery, what I did to prepare for it, the after, the cost. I've had heaps of people ask me about the cost. How did I get no swelling? Yeah, so this is my personal experience. Everyone is different. I'm in Australia, so I'm talking as Aussies, and I'm in Victoria, so we'll talk about my surgeon and my experience. I think when you're overseas you get different like drugs when you're in the hospital. So when you see on YouTube people waking up from the anesthetic and they don't know where they are and they're talking about crazy stuff, that didn't happen here. So I think you guys might have different medication over there to treat pain. I don't know, but this is from a Australian review, and I'll talk about the hospital and everything that I went to in Victoria. So if you're from Victoria, Australia, listen to the doctors and everything, but like I said, I'm going to explain what I did so you can do this anywhere in the world. It's been 5 days. So I went in last Friday. My operation was Friday morning. So I booked this back in January. So I was booked January to get them taken out in March. Everything that happened on with COVID, the hospital, so they're not doing any elective surgery, so my operation was cancelled. They rescheduled me for May, again cancelled again because of COVID. And then I don't know why, but I just got a gut feeling. I'm like, I don't know, I wasn't sure about the hospital to start with. Nothing against the hospital, I just had private health insurance, so I thought, why don't I go to a private hospital, where this was a public hospital. So I thought I may as well use my private health, so I actually changed to a private hospital to get the benefit of my private health. And I'm so glad that I changed, because I absolutely loved my experience with St. John of God in Bendigo. The staff were amazing, all the nurses were so beautiful, and took into consideration how terrified I was to get this drip. My anaesthetist was beautiful, the surgeon was amazing, so I had a really good experience. So I'll go back from the start. Booked in, rescheduled for last week, so July. I've got an autoimmune disease, so I've got to be extremely careful when I get put under anesthetic, because it really knocks me around. So I did my best to prepare for it beforehand, so my recovery after, I wasn't going to have like the side effects, or hoping I wouldn't have the side effects of the anesthetic. So probably I'd say a month before my surgery, I was making sure that I was drinking at least 2 liters of water a day to keep my blood thin and keep the oxygen like flowing throughout my blood. So water was my biggest thing. So the day prior to my operation, I think I drank 4 liters. And the week before my operation, I was taking Broccas. You can, Woolworths here, there's a Woolworths Select brand, same thing, vitamin B and C. So I took that. It's got magnesium and zinc in it as well. It's like a little pick-me-up. I think heaps of people take these if they're hungover. Don't know, but I took these because when my autoimmune disease, when that flares up and I don't feel 100%, I feel like if I take a Berocca, it kind of balances everything back out, and I feel a little bit clearer in the head. So took Broccas a week before my operation to get all my vitamins and that right before I went under anesthetic. And I also took Hydrolyte as well. So I dropped both of these in the morning in a glass of water and drink it, because I just thought, I didn't think I was going to be dehydrated because I drink so much water, but I just thought, just being under anesthetic, you just don't know. So I just took Hydrolyte. So you could give these a go. That's just personally what I did. So did that for a week before my operation. Went into my surgery on the Friday, and they said to me that my mum couldn't come in with me, and I freaked out because I don't go good with drips and blood tests. So I just said, is there any chance that I could? So that they let me, and so that's what I mean by St. John of God in Bendigo was so amazing and so understanding. So I went into surgery. Like I said, I've got private health, so that's why I went to a private hospital. So talking about the cost, private hospital, I paid my excess of my private health, which was a $500 hospital excess. I think around about, so it may have been $800 if I didn't have private health. So you pay for that. Your anaesthetist, you pay for that. I think that was maybe around the $800 mark, but mine was $180 because of my private health. And my surgeon's fee, I'm talking in Australian dollars as well. My Dr. Poker's fee for my teeth were, I think, $2,400. I think maybe I might get a rebate back with my private health. I'm not 100% sure. I've got to check with that. So that's all the cost involved. And I think I paid maybe $100 for a consult fee to start with back in Jan, just for Dr. Poker to have a look at my wisdom teeth. So went in Friday, waited for maybe 30 minutes. It was pretty quick. I put Emla numbing cream here on my elbow joint. I don't know why. I can't even touch that. Can't touch the top of my hand. That was a no-go for the drip. I wanted it there. So I put numbing cream on it. I know they don't hurt, but I know that if I can't feel what's going on there, I can kind of get it out of my head. So walked into the little theatre room. It was just a table with the lights above it. Said hello to everyone, and then I just laid on the bed. They put a blanket over me to keep me warm. The nurse hung onto my hand when the anaesthetist put my drip in, which they were amazing. I literally didn't feel anything. And then I woke up. Sorry, that's my dog. Hold on a second. Sorry, my big dog is the biggest hook. Where was I up to? Yeah, so then I woke up I think it was an hour after I went in. No pain, was numb as, because they put dental blocks, like I said, Australia, they put dental blocks in your mouth. So like I couldn't feel my bottom lip, couldn't feel my tongue, couldn't feel the sides of my mouth. But I literally, this is why, turn that off. This is why I think the Berocca, the Hydrolyte and the water helped, because usually well, some people when they wake up from anesthetic, they're a little bit groggy and it takes them a bit to like come to it. But I literally was just laying there, and the nurse had her hand on my shoulder and she's like, Maddie, and I was like, bang, like awake straight away. Felt good. She's like, do you have any pain? And I was like thinking, I was like, maybe a little bit of a sore throat. And she's like, yeah, that would be from where we had the tube, like the breathing tube down. I was like, yeah, no, I'm fine. So then I sat up, and everyone else was kind of in the recovery section before you go into the part where you get dressed and they sit down and make sure you're fine before your loved one or your friend or family, whatever, picks you up. So was in my little hospital gown. I'll put actually a photo up, because the nurses hadn't called my mum at this stage, and they'd put me into my bed and they sat me up, and I had like 2 bits of gauze in my mouth. Like I said, could not feel anything. This was on my head, so it's like an elastic thing, so it was like that on my head. The ice packs were down on my cheeks, and I felt like my face was like blown right up. They came in with an icy pole and some jelly, and like you can't eat the icy pole because I couldn't feel my bottom lip and I couldn't feel my tongue, so I'm trying to put the icy pole in my mouth, and I'm like, is that in my mouth? Like, they've taken the gauze out, and I had my tongue out and I'm trying to lick it, and I'm like, I can't feel anything. I couldn't taste anything because everything was so numb. So I ate my jelly, I put it on my spoon, so my top lip I could feel, so I kind of like put it in the top of my teeth and like slid the jelly off and just swallowed it because you can't chew anything. And the girl next to me, the poor darling, she was taking a little bit to come to it, and she was like, is my tongue still in my mouth? So that was a little bit of a laugh because I was feeling the exact same way. So I reckon maybe 30 minutes I was sitting there, and they said, all right, you can come get dressed and you can go into the section that you wait for before your mum comes and picks you up. And I just said, can you please take that? I couldn't even look at it. I'm like, can you please take the drip out? I can't get dressed. Like, I don't want to bend my arm, and I don't want to get dressed with that in my arm. That was my biggest fear the whole operation. Like, I didn't even care about the surgery because I knew it needed to be done, but I didn't want that. Like, that was the reason why I'd put it off for the last 12 years. So it wasn't even a big deal. Like, she's like, yeah, that's fine, we'll take it out for you. So I'm sitting there and she's taking it out. She puts a band-aid on it, and I'm like, and she's like, it's already finished. I'm like, I know, I just don't like it. I don't know why. I hate having that fear. Just don't like people touching it. Grosses me out. Anyway, took it out, got dressed, was fine. She's like, oh, so what grade are you in? And I was like, grade? She's like, you're at school. And I'm like, no, I'm 27. All the ladies were surprised how old I actually was. And they were all talking about how I come out of it. Like, I literally, they just put their hand like, Maddie, and bang, straight away, like awake straight away. So I'm assuming it's probably helped with the water, the Broca, the hydrolyte that I'd taken that week prior. But I don't know, I guess the more that you look after yourself and you're aware that when you're under anesthetic, I think you want to keep your blood moving, you want to keep it thin because you want to push that anesthetic out of your system as quick as you can, because it can last in there for months. So fingers crossed it doesn't have any effect with my illness, but at this stage I'm fine. Mum picked me up, and my sister were on a group chat on Messenger, and they were messaging, they're like, oh, is Maddie out of her operation? And Mum's like, no, I haven't heard anything. And I took a picture, I'm like, I'm fine. And they're like, how the hell are you taking selfies when you've just come out of an operation? I'm like, no, I'm fine, like I feel fine. We're driving home back to Echuca from Bendigo, and I had like my head thing on, and Mum's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, can I do anything? I'm like, no, I'm fine. Like, there was literally no pain. So if you guys are concerned about it, my surgeon did an amazing job. I literally did not feel anything. The sore throat, as soon as I took a drink of water, my sore throat had gone. Be aware, because you've got the dental blocks, and like I said, your lip and your tongue's numb. I tried to drink a Powerade, and it like literally just come down the front of me because I couldn't feel anything. So yeah, that was literally, got home, they gave me gargle mouthwash, which was like an antiseptic to stop infection. They told me to gargle salt water, so they were for the next day. They gave me Panadol and my dog's in the background, Panadine Fort, which has got a codeine in it. Honestly, I could have just gone the whole time with Panadol. I took the Panadine Fort over night time, but there was an option to take a Panadine Fort morning, night, and Panadol as well. But I honestly did not have any pain. Even the next day, my lip was a little bit numb, but my tongue could feel that again. I was eating like soups, ice cream, custard, you can't chew anything, so make sure you get stuff that's like pureed. I got like pureed apples and like strawberries. Had heaps of like Powerade. I was drinking Broccas and Hydrolytes again just to make sure everything was all good. Oh, most important thing of all. So back in January, I brought this headband thing. It's bloody ridiculous, but it goes around your head like that, and there's ice packs that come with it, and it slides down the side. They're like a gel icing. So you get 4 of these. I got it off eBay. If I find it, I'll leave a link below of where I got it from, but it was just eBay, and it's got like that little cutout there that you can put your chin in. And I literally did not take this off for the first 4 days, maybe 3 days. And I'm pretty sure that is why I did not get any swelling. Like, I'll put a before photo up here and a day after my surgery, and how thinner my face looks down here. I didn't realize, because this wisdom tooth was actually growing into the bone or under the bone or something. So it was actually pushed this side of my face out. So since surgery, my face is actually thinner. Everyone is different. Both my sisters had crazy swelling and bruising, and they didn't come out of the anesthetic as well as I did. So I'm just giving you some tips of what may help you, because this, I reckon, definitely helped me. But I would invest, I think it was like maybe $20 maybe. But I slept in it. The only time I took it off was when I ate, because it restricted you a little bit, so it like held you in really tight. So I think I swapped over to this as soon as I come out of my operation, because I felt like this little stretchy thing, like, it wasn't holding my face in enough, and the ice packs are sitting directly on my face. So I thought having that material there, it's kind of protecting your cheeks from frostbite. I don't know. So if any of my friends are watching this and you're getting your teeth out, you're welcome to take this, because this was literally my best friend, and I swear this is why I've got no swelling and no bruising. So wore this for Friday, slept in it Friday night. I got up probably 3 times on Friday night. I took a Panadeine Fort about 9 o'clock, and then I woke up at like 12, and I didn't take Panadol then. I changed my ice packs over, and then I woke up about 1. I took Panadol because I was a little bit achy, and they told me to keep on top of it, because if you feel good and you don't take anything, if the pain comes back, it's harder to like get back to being comfortable like before. So keep on top of it. That's probably my biggest thing. If you feel like you don't need it, I'd still take the Panadol, which is paracetamol. I'd still take the Panadol, because I feel like there might be something like just lingering around, and it's better just to knock it on the head instead of being so uncomfortable with it. And it's only a week that you got to take it. It's not for the rest of your life. So only took these off when I showered, when I ate, and I literally had them on the whole time. Everyone was laughing at me. They said I look like a chipmunk, but pays off. Yeah, I'll put some funny photos up, and I have a video of me talking 2 days after, which I'll pop up as well. Inside my mouth, the gum feels a little bit sensitive, but I've taken no painkillers whatsoever today. I've taken my antibiotic, because they give you a course of antibiotics for the week. I take it 4 times a day. But I would say, if you don't want to take your Broca, if you don't want to take your Hydrolyte, one thing I would really highly suggest is to get one of these bands, because that would be the reason why I didn't have swelling, because both of my sisters just kept the little elastic thing that they gave you, and they swelled up and they bruised, where like you wouldn't even know that I had surgery 5 days ago. I still can't, in saying that, I still can't eat, like chew into things because my gum is quite sensitive. So I've, risottos, I found risottos, I could eat risotto. Anything that you've got to chew into, you probably won't be able to, so make sure you get stuff that you could literally just swallow and not choke on. But yeah, chocolate custard, ice cream. Oh, protein smoothies. I made heaps of protein smoothies because obviously I wasn't eating meat, so I needed to get protein somehow. So I did protein smoothies up. A little tip, anesthetic and codeine can make it a little bit hard to go to the toilet. So if I think they do say that to you. So if you do find that probably like day one, if you're not regular, I put like gentle fiber into my protein smoothies. I was fine. Sorry, too much information, but yeah, if that's one of the things that might be an issue for you, do that, put in smoothies. You can eat, I ate oats, you can eat wheat bix. It was pretty easy. Like, if you have concerns or you're scared, like, honestly, don't be scared, because one, it's something that obviously needs to be done within 4 days. You're not going to know about it. You're going to be normal again. If you do get swelling, if you do get bruising, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not going to last forever, so keep positive about that. If you guys have any questions on things I didn't answer, I think I covered the cost of it, the process, and things to reduce bruising and swelling. If there was anything that I have missed, or you want me to explain in depth a bit more of something that I just touched on, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you with that. But anyone that's getting their wisdom teeth out, don't be scared. It's one of those things that we just have them in our mouth for no reason. Like, mine were all under my gum. None of mine were exposed, so there was no room for them, so they all had to get cut out. But yeah, really, just please don't worry or stress or get worked up like how I did, because I wish that there was a video out there like this that made me feel a bit more comfortable, and knowing that I wasn't, like, it wasn't a big deal. Like, it's teeth. It's not like, I just remind myself, like, when I get a drip, like, that freaks me out. But I always tell myself there are people that are worse off, that we're lucky to have the healthcare that we do, and we're so lucky that we have the options to get in and out and to be comfortable while getting them out. Anyone that is getting their wisdom teeth out, please don't be scared. You'll be okay. Good luck with it. I hope that you don't get swelling and bruising like me. I hope you have a speedy recovery and enjoy some time off. Like, it's been nice just to have a few days here and there to catch up on some housework. I wasn't even like couch ridden. Like, I was fine. So if you're not as good as what I was, my fingers are crossed for you. I hope that it is a good experience like mine. But other than that, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next time.